Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be going over my NetGalley TBR with you guys. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of NetGalley, but if you're not, NetGalley is essentially like an online platform where you can read and review books before they come out. You do have to put in requests for them, but if you get them, then they send you an e-arc and you can read that book and then review it on this platform. And yeah, that's essentially what it is. And so I have quite the NetGalley TBR, so I figured I would share with you guys what books are on my NetGalley shelf and we can go through that. Before we get into that though, I wanted to introduce today's video sponsor, and that is Glasp. So Glasp is essentially like a social web highlighter. You can use this tool for newsletters, for your Kindle, for taking notes pretty much on the internet. So what it does is it uses like a highlighting tool, and when it highlights things, it saves it to this area where you can go view them again in your like Glasp profile. So I've actually kind of tested this out because what I wanted to introduce to you guys is that it works with Kindle really well. And so I have had some books that I've read on Kindle that it already auto synced the highlights that I did by accident on those into like the Glasp profile. So I will dive into that a bit more and show you guys right now. Okay, guys, so like I said before, this is the Glasp app that we were talking about earlier. So this is me highlighting a special feature with Glasp. So they actually have a Kindle highlight export for avid readers, which is awesome because I know all of you guys are very avid readers. And so what this essentially does is it exports your highlights and notes from your Kindle so you can create a library of your learning. So essentially, if you're reading a book and you're like me and you want to highlight a certain quote that you really enjoy from the book, then you highlight it on your Kindle. But now with this app, what you can do is you can import those highlighted notes to your Glasp interface and share those with other people, or just categorize them for yourself to have them in a place that you want to just see all the different notes you've taken from all your books. So this is what it's going to look like when you're actually in your Kindle interface. These are your books that you have. It shows your notes. And what's great is like you can just select which books you want to import and it'll bring it over to your Glasp interface all in like one click, which is fantastic. You can also do text CSV or MD files instead. But yeah, it's really cool. And then when you're in the Glasp app, you can show off your favorite ones. You can show off a bunch of stuff and see other like-minded people in the community. So I'm going to show you guys now on mine. I have it set up here. So this is one book that I have imported already over into my Glasp interface, and this is my Glasp page, which is really cool. So I have my Kindle page set up here, and I have a quote that I highlighted from Broken Puzzle Pieces, a poetry collection by KoalaEye. I was reading this on my Kindle on my computer, and so I highlighted this certain section. And so now what I want to do is I want to select books. I'm going to select Broken Puzzle Pieces, and I'm going to import it to my Glasp. So when I do this, it's going to put this one in my Glasp interface. So here we go. And it says it's imported. So now if I go back over here and I refresh it, it should show that in just a second when I go to the Kindle tab. So now I have both of these books in here, and it shows the highlighted passage from where I highlighted it. Very cool, and I think this is going to be such a fun feature where I can share all my notes with other people if I take them on my Kindle. And yeah, just a really cool thing that you guys should definitely check out. I'll put all the information in the description down below for you guys to check out the awesome tool that is Glasp. And yeah, that's Glasp. I think it's a pretty cool tool, and I'm looking forward to using it a lot more with my Kindle. Anyways, let's dive into the NetGalley TBR. So I have some books on here that are quite old. I will say I have not been the best at getting through my NetGalley TBR. I try, but I'm just a slow reader. We know this. And so yeah, it just keeps piling up and I keep getting more books. But like there's so many like good books that like I always want to just get more and more, and I never say no. And I really have to like have some more self-restraint. But anyways, that's not the point of today's video. Today is me sharing with you what is currently on that TBR. So I will go through some of these quickly and then I'll delve a little bit into some other ones. So first on here, the oldest one currently is Cast in Firelight. I believe you guys have seen me put this on other TBRs for like different months where I thought I was going to read this book and then I never got to it. So there's this one. You've already heard a synopsis of this before. I also have Winter Keep. This is by Kristen Kishore. I got this one at the time that I was like reading Graceling and Fire, and I realized that I don't really like her writing style. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get to this one or if I'm going to get to this one. It's on my TBR, but I'm not sure when it's going to happen because yeah, I don't know if I vibe very well with that writing style. So we'll see. I also have City of the Uncommon Thief, which I've talked about this one before as well because I thought I was going to get to this one on a TBR and I didn't. I have Luck of the Titanic. I have Shipped. This is a rom-com one involving like a Comic-Con style rom-com love story. And so I have wanted to read this one before, and I have had it on past TBRs as well, but I didn't get to this one. But I feel like this one's going to be like a really quick read because it's similar to like Geekerella, and I really enjoyed that book and flew through it. So I feel like this one would be a fast one too. Then I have Etherbound. I'm not really sure how to say this title, but this one I've also put on past TBRs. I'm so bad for this, guys. I'm so bad for it. But yeah. Also, The Passing Playbook. This one I remember getting, and I meant to pick this one up, and I don't know why I didn't. I think I might have picked up Jay's Gay Agenda instead. And yeah, so I still have this one to read. I think it's going to be a good one, but there's that. I also have 6 Crimson Cranes on here, which I like absolutely adore this cover. This would like, if I saw this in the store, this would definitely be like a cover buy. It's stunning. And the sequel to this also came out, and that cover is also stunning. So I really like hope I like this book, because if I do, I'm probably going to purchase both of them because they're beautiful. But yeah, I have this one. I also have Eat Your Heart Out by Kelly DeVos, and I wanted this one because I read another book by Kelly DeVos, which I think was called Fat Girl on a Plane, and I really liked that book. I thought it was really good. It was about a girl who was going to school for design and fashion, and she was like a plus size girl going into the fashion field, trying to like break the mold and just be like this awesome presence. And it was so cool. Like I really enjoyed that book. It was such a fun time, like seeing how powerful she was, and just, yeah, it was really cool. So I wanted to read more books by Kelly DeVos, and then this one came up on NetGalley, and it has zombies in it. And so I was like, yeah, I definitely want to read this. But I can give you guys like the synopsis because it sounds really fun. So it says, in the next few hours, one of 3 things will happen. 1, we'll be rescued. Unlikely. 2, we'll freeze to death. Maybe. Or 3, we'll be eaten by thin and athletic zombies. Odds, excellent. Vivian Ellenshaw is fat, but she knows she doesn't need to lose weight. But she's none too happy to find herself forced into a weight loss camp's van with her ex-best friend, Allie, a meathead jock who can barely drive, and the camp owner's snobby son. And when they arrive at Camp Featherlight at the start of the worst blizzard in the history of Flagstaff, Arizona, it's clear that something isn't right. V barely has a chance to meet the other members of her pod, all who seem as unhappy to be at Featherlight as she does, when a camper goes missing down by the lake. Then she spots something horrifying outside the snow, something that isn't human. Plus, the camp's supposed miracle cure for obesity just seems fishy, and V and her fellow campers know they don't need to be cured of anything. Even worse, it's not long before Camp Featherlight's luxurious bungalows are totally overrun with zombies. What starts out as a mission to unravel the camp's secrets turns into a desperate fight for survival, and not all of the Featherlight campers will make it out alive. This just sounds like so fun. I think that this would be like such a fun like movie to watch too. So I'm looking forward to eventually getting to this one because it just sounds like a blast. I also have Small Favors. I have A Lesson in Vengeance. Now this one, I actually have a Once Upon a Book Club book box for this. So when I do read A Lesson in Vengeance, I think I'm going to do it with like a reading vlog style video. So that'll be exciting. As well as Beasts of Prey. This one I also have one of those subscription boxes. So that's going to be a reading vlog as well. But yeah, I have those books here and ready to go. I just need to commit to actually reading them for a reading vlog. So those will happen eventually. Then I'll go through some of these quickly. So I have Bad Witch Burning, My Heart is a Chainsaw, and I know Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative loves this book, so that makes me want to pick up this one even more. The Year I Stopped Trying, Both Sides Now, and I actually got this one in like a hardback copy, so I do have this one physically on the shelves over there, so that helps make me want to read it even more. Walking in Two Worlds, and then I also have All These Bodies. The Color of Dragons. Now this one's written by R.A. Salvatore, and I know that they're like a really big fantasy author. I've never actually picked up any books by R.A. Salvatore, but this one has dragons in the title, so yeah, I don't know. I like books with dragons. I find them to be a lot of fun, so I think this one might be awesome. I don't know. I'm going to have to pick it up and find out. Then we have Echoes and Empires, The Bone Spindle, Castles in Their Bones, Required Reading for the Disenfranchised Freshman. That one's just like a tongue twister, but yeah, anyways. Sunny G's Series of Rash Decisions, League of Liars, All My Rage, The Fear, Right Where I Left You, Kiss and Tell, and I've heard like really good things about this book. I've seen other booktubers talk about this one and say that they loved it, so that gives me hope that this one's going to be a good one. What We Harvest. This one just looks really creepy and like spooky, so I'm down for that. As well as this one, which is called I Am the Ghost in Your House. Also spooky, creepy vibes, and you guys know that I love like spooky, creepy books, so yeah, I'm hoping it's good. Then we have another one called The Agathas, and this one just seems like a sassy YA thriller, and I'm totally down for that. As you know, I love that series by Zach Ryan, which is like high school queens, super sassy, super dramatic. Reminds me of Gossip Girl. Love that. So if this is anything like that, perfect. Nate Plus One. I also have The Merciless Ones, which is the second book in the Gilded Ones series. So I loved the Gilded Ones. I gave that book 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm really excited to read the next one, The Merciless Ones. I hope it is just as good because, yeah, that was just a really good book. I had such a fun time with that one. Then we have Places We've Never Been, and this is by Casey West. So I read Sunkissed by Casey West, which was like a family camp-style rom-com, and I really enjoyed that book. I flew through that book really quickly because it was just such a fun read. I was also reading it in the summer, so like I was getting the summer camp vibes while reading in the summer, out on the deck in the sun, so like it could have been the time I was reading it, but I really like just got through it really quickly, and I saw another book by Casey West, so I was excited to pick up this one. Then we have another book by Kelly DeVos called Go Hunt Me, and this one has vampires in it, so yeah, I'm totally down for that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. And then Violet Made of Thorns. Also Never Coming Home. This one just looks like a creepy like island thriller, so I'm down for that. I love thrillers. And then of course How to Survive Your Murder, another like thriller book. I'm on a trend of like liking thrillers a lot, so you're gonna see more of those in here. I also have The 99 Boyfriends of Micah Summers, and this is by Adam Sass. I have Adam Sass on Twitter, and I've been following him for a while now, but I've never actually read one of his books, so I have one of his books, and I'm excited to like dive into it and see what kind of a writer he is. Then I have Eternally Yours. Well, that was unexpected. Soul of the Deep, which is the second book in Skin of the Sea. So that's like a mermaid series, and I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. I actually read it for a reading vlog as like one of the Once Upon a Book Club book boxes, and I had a good time with that one, so I'm looking forward to reading the second one and seeing like what I think about it. Okay, almost done. I also have How to Succeed in Witchcraft, Pretty Dead Queens, A Scatter of Light, Sea Sparrow. I don't know why I got another Kristen Kishore book, but I did. I have no idea why, but anyways, I have that. And then the last one is Nubia the Awakening. So this is my entire NetGalley TBR. It is quite large. It is quite intimidating. I probably will not be accepting any more for a while until I can get through some of these. But if you have read any of these, let me know in the description down below. And if you have read them and you really enjoyed them, then definitely tell me so that maybe I'll pick those ones up first before I get to some other ones. I'm always down to hear like your recommendations. So yeah, definitely let me know if any of these have stuck out to you and you were like, I read that book, I loved it. So yeah, Anyways, if you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as links by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post some videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.